everybody. I wanted to come in on a video blog and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the feelings around our journey to courage. You know, for me, when I started this journey, the one thing that was the hardest thing in the beginning was after my accident. It took me a long time to make the decision that I wanted to ride again. You know, I was riding, but I wasn't going out on trail rides. I wasn't doing fun things. I was just jumping and competing, but I wasn't really enjoying my horses. And I really, when we moved to the farm in Kentucky, I made the decision to start just relaxing and riding again. And that decision led to everything else. Now, some of the things for me that were hard about that decision, you know, when I'd ride, my trainers would tell me to just go do it. They'd say, just go canter, just go ride, just go on the trail ride with us. My anxiety was not addressed. I had the anxiety, they didn't understand it, and I came to realize that they had never felt the anxiety riding. So for them, they didn't even have a concept. It's like telling somebody to go taste peanut butter, you know, try and explain what is the taste of peanut butter. If somebody's never tasted peanut butter, you can't explain the taste. And it's the same thing with them. They'd never had peanut butter. They'd never had fear. So they didn't know how to help me, and they probably don't know how to help you either. There are a few trainers that have had bad accidents and have had some of that fear, but not a lot of them, I don't think. And one of the reasons they don't have the accidents and don't have the fear is because they have so much confidence. So it's a chicken and egg kind of thing. But along those lines, once I made the decision, I could not listen to what they were saying directly. I could take into account my anxiety and what did I need to do to overcome my anxiety, because I knew the anxiety was not fair to the horses. And I talk about the process I went through in my book. That's the entire process of mindset and everything I did. But just around the thoughts. So once you make the decision, at least for me, that increased my anxiety. Because now I can't use all the excuses. I don't have that excuse of, oh, I'll get to it someday. Now I want to ride. I want to be in the joy. And it takes away the excuses. So mentally, I had to figure it out. And I will say that in the beginning, when I started riding, I knew that I was going to have the anxiety as I overcame the anxiety. And I chose to use a couple of tools. I used Thieves Essential Oil on my left wrist, and I still do all of this today. The Thieves Essential Oil, to me, symbolized courage. So if I'm out riding and my horse starts to toss her head or get a little anxious, I can smell the thieves. And it helps my courage. It helps me, okay, I can do this. I can lead her. She's looking for me to be there. She's looking for me to step up. And then on the flip side of that, when she's being really good, she's walking, she's calm, I need to be really calm. I don't need to be looking for the rabbits in the bushes. So then I had Stress Away on my other wrist, and I could smell the stress away, which for me is calm. So I have courage and I have calm right there, tools for me to use. Before I even get on, I use CBD oil. For me, that just takes away the shaky. So if something does happen, if my horse does react, if my horse spooks, it keeps the shakiness from coming into it. Because once I'm shaking, I have trouble stopping the shaking. I've tried breathing exercises, I've tried singing, I've tried humming. But once the shaking starts, that for me is very hard to overcome. And so I do use a little bit of CBD under my tongue prior to riding, and that just takes that edge off. So once I'm back riding again, and every moment that I feel good, every successful moment we have, I soak up that feeling. I soak up those courage pennies, and that builds on itself. So you do 4 steps, you feel great, soak it up. You do 20 steps, you feel great, soak it up. Stay in those feelings, because what I found is that if you have let's say you did a 30-minute ride and you had 2 spooks. Okay, so out of 30 minutes, you had 28 minutes of joy and 2 minutes of scary. Well, the 28 minutes should be what we focus on. And what we tend to focus on is the 2 minutes. So really shifting our mind around to absorbing and staying in that feeling of joy, laughing off the spooks. Just, okay, that's what happened. I'm done. I'm back in my joy again. And really seeing how much we can stay in that joy. And mentally, we can practice this without even being on the horses. I know for me, I'm a little bit timid sometimes, in other things, especially like the dentist. Well, I've practiced so much with the calm and the peace. I actually fell asleep at the dentist the last time getting my teeth cleaned. That's unheard of. I mean, I went from passing out in the waiting room to get my teeth cleaned. But I'm practicing being in, okay, it didn't hurt. 90% of the dentist visit didn't hurt. Okay, 99% of the next one didn't hurt. So really just soaking that up and being present with the good feelings and letting the not so good feelings go, letting that scary feeling go. So I'd love to hear what you're doing and how you're doing in your process back to courage, and what helps you most with your anxiety and your fear. See you later.